So it looks like Jake Paul's back on the menu, boys. So today I want to talk about specifically a video Jake Paul uploaded the other day titled Jake Paul cries backstage after Logan Paul loses to KSI. Oh, poor Jake. Oh, so sad. Throw a pair of balls. Pussy boy. I'm only joking. That literally goes against the whole point of his actual video.
You know, as a kid in our household, like, it wasn't okay to cry.
Pussy boy. As soon as I saw the title, I was rubbing my hands. Oh, some supreme cringe content from Jake, and boy did we get it. I came away from watching this video thinking, why on earth did Jake Paul upload this? He just starts to make Logan Paul's loss, because he was the one who was fighting, all about him mere minutes after Logan Paul had lost. Let me tell you, he puts on an acting display that not even Disney would hire. Oh wait. Alright, I can't wait anymore. Let's jump into it.
I've done, like, bro, every day we would go home and be like, why isn't he finishing these people off? Like, you hear it, it's like, yo, you're good, bro.
Wait, what was that?
You're good, bro. You're good, bro.
That you crying? What are these noises coming out of your mouth?
When my family or someone that I love loses or gets over by something, and the whole situation with, like, the ref, Logan getting 2 points taken away, the whole entire, like, training camp of emotion and, like, everything just, like, started to, like, flood through me, and I kind of just, like, broke down.
Oh, of course, we have the sad music in the background. Jake's brought out the strings, people. Oh, everyone, feel so sad for me. Feel sad for me. Because his crying probably didn't seem genuine enough, so he had to add in that sad music so the audience would know how to feel when watching him make these noises. And before any of you comment down below, oh, Kavos, you're so horrible and mean, Jake's really crying and showing his real emotion, I just remind you, this is the man who got fake married for views and on pay-per-view. He thinks he's in one big reality TV show. You really think fake crying is off the agenda for Jake? And I have no doubt that Jake was angry and mad after the fight and really hated losing. But what you're about to see is him playing up to the cameras so hard. I mean, the camera's already there, conveniently already recording. Jake pretends that he doesn't even notice. So Jake starts off quite tame. He starts prodding and blaming Shannon Briggs for the loss.
And bro, I sat through the whole camp. and was like, yeah, okay, Shannon.
He then goes on to say, again, moments after Logan lost, how he would win if he was in Logan's shoes.
I said it last year and I'll say it again. If I was in that ring this year, I would have won the fight.
You know what? That's just what you want to hear if you're Logan. You come out of a loss in front of millions of people online, thousands in attendance, and you get your brother straight away telling you how I would have won if that was me. Get this man a Brother of the Year mug. And also, if Logan got beaten by KSI, you can bet your bottom dollar you would. I'm sorry, I could not imagine Jake beating KSI at all. Jake then switches attention straight back to Shannon and says how unhappy he was with Logan's training.
You know, I would drive over to Logan's house, drive back after the practice, and there'd be sparring sessions and sparring days where I felt like he could have turned up the volume, turned up the juice a little bit, and put more punishment on people.
But Jake, in the run-up to the fight, you were literally saying how, yeah, in the first fight, I didn't really think Logan had it in him to win. I was actually quite worried. And then this year, you made tweets about how last year you were a bit uncertain, but this year, Logan's gonna kill KSI because of the training he's had. I mean, make up your mind. And then Jake starts to really go in and blame Shannon for Logan Paul's loss.
You don't think you got it?
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your night.
You don't think you got it?
Well, why are you more upset than why are you like upset?
He mad at me as if I didn't train you good. What you mad at me for?
When I go into the corner for the first time in the fight, I hear, "This is your pro debut. It doesn't matter if you lose."
What?
Who said that?
You did.
Jake is claiming that he heard Shannon in between rounds say to Logan that it doesn't matter if he loses because it was his professional debut. Not gonna lie, it's not what you want to hear from your coach in between rounds of a fight, but somehow I don't think he said that. I couldn't imagine any trainer saying that to a fighter. There's a little twinge in my belly telling me that Jake Paul misheard or is just making it up for drama.
No, he didn't. No, we didn't.
When you know more about me,
I'll
boxing than me,
No.
that's when we'll start.
You're right, you're
having
right.
This debate.
I'll take
when I
my-
know more about content than you and making videos, then you can tell me.
I'll take my opinions elsewhere.
No, you don't have to. What I'm saying is, I've been doing this for a long time. You can't. I know you're looking to blame me.
I'm not looking to blame you.
What? You're not looking to blame Shannon Briggs? You literally pointed at him earlier in the video. And now, you're being a whiny bitch, acting as if you haven't got your own way when you weren't even fighting in the first place. And amidst all the chaos now, Jake Paul's gunning for Shannon Briggs, saying it's his fault Logan lost. Logan Paul actually becomes a mature one in the situation. Never thought I would ever say that. And he takes full responsibility for the loss.
Bro, do you agree that the only person here to blame is me? I did not show up tonight like we planned in practice. I did not.
100%.
Okay, so then what are we doing here?
So seeing that, and even if you're a massive KSI fan, seeing that from Logan, that gives me a lot more respect for him. Being humble and taking full responsibility like that in a loss, taking it on the chin like he is. Even his posts on Instagram and Twitter post-fight weren't about how, you know, he thought he deserved the 2 points and all this. He actually seems to have accepted that he lost, and he's quite humble in defeat, which you can only ever respect. I'll tell you one person who's not taking the loss in his stride. Jakey boy. No. He big mad. Big mad indeed.
And I'm still...
Somebody
No, I'm not looking for anyone to blame. I'm just saying, bro. Like, stop being like... Hey, you got this, bro.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that a Shannon Briggs impression?
Hey.
Why do these noises keep coming out of Jake Paul? These are noises I've never, ever wanted to hear from Jake Paul. To be honest, I don't even want to hear the speak, let alone make these horrendous noises. And then again, after he said, no, I'm not blaming Shannon. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not going to blame Shannon at all. Am I blaming Shannon? No, I'm not blaming Shannon. Me? Blame Shannon? No, I'm not blaming Shannon. Are you blaming Shannon? I'm not. I'm Jake Paul. And guess what? I'm not blaming Shannon. He says this.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying stop being a yes man.
You got a yes man in this camp or on your team, but I ain't one of them.
Oh, that's a dangerous
I'm not
turn
one of them.
from
I'm a lot of things in my life, but I'm one thing I ain't never been is a yes man. I've had a lot of yes men around me because I was the one making bread, but I ain't never been one. I ain't never had to be a yes man.
He calls Shannon Briggs a yes man. Shannon, I don't think you should take that from Jake. I think you should rise up and deck him. You would probably win the internet's utmost respect after that. But however, he calls him a yes man, which is interesting to me because KSI in the build-up really pushed and pressed on the fact that he said Logan Paul just has a yes man for a coach. Shannon Briggs, you know, let's go champ. Just saying Logan's the best, how he's going to make him the heavyweight champion of the world. And now, it seems Jake Paul's saying it. But Jake Paul himself has been in the camp. He's had so many opportunities to say something if he's had a problem. You know why he's saying it now? Because he's a sore little loser. Oh, Jake, you lost, did you? Oh, your brother lost. You didn't even lose. Your brother lost. And he's taking it very well, whereas you are being a little spoilt brat. I have never seen anyone demonstrate what a sore loser looks like more than Jake Paul in this video.
This is why it's weird. This is how I know I'm right.
Uh-oh. If you ever hear Jake Paul say the sentence, this is how I know I'm right, just get out the room because nothing good would ever come after that from Jake Paul. I guarantee you now.
You can take it or leave it. But there's however many people in this room, and I'm the only one that's going against the grain.
What did he just say? Did he just say, and in the most dramatic fashion, I love the finger waggling Jake and pausing for dramatic effect. Did he just say the reason he's right is because out of everyone in the room, he was the only one going against the grain? That is just sublime logic, Jake. Really, it can't get any better from Jake. So apparently everyone, according to Jake Paul, if you just go against the grain, against a massive group of people, you're in the right. Automatically, just for that fact. Oh... I thought Jake was going to come out with this big expose, and no, it's Jake. What do I expect? He came out with, I'm the only one saying anything different, so I'm right. Yeah, he said we could take it or leave it.
You can take it or leave it.
I think you can have it, Jake. We don't really want it.
I think it's okay to cry, and I think it's okay to show your emotions, and I think it's okay to be vulnerable. Whereas before, when I was a kid, when I felt like I was gonna cry, I would always like stop myself because, you know, my dad would be like, you can't cry, you don't cry, no crying allowed in the household.
Ah, yes, we get another story and insight into Greg Paul. Ah, God, we get another insight into Greg Paul. I swear, no one has anything good to say about this man. Greg Paul, I've just never heard anything positive about Greg. Even your own kids just all they can say are negative things about you.
This is what it is. I figured it out.
15 texts.
This is what it is. This is what it is.
Oh, hold on, everyone. Jake has finally decided what it is that made Logan lose the fight.
When I disagree with something, I'm done standing by.
How old tomorrow?
No, bro, that's like
You said I told him you don't care if he lose.
That's what you said, bro. It's on the microphone. You got a mic on, right?
Oh, he just goes back to blaming Shannon Briggs again. So profound, Jake, in your wording.
When I disagree with something, I'm done standing by.
Look at that. That was such a statement. He's being so extra.
I'm not blaming you for anything, Shannon. I'm not blaming you.
Then he proceeds to blame Shannon again.
I said, bro, this is your pro debut. You know, you're gonna go out there. You know, you're losing the fight right now. You gotta knock him out.
let's say this. Let's say you misheard that.
How about be like, hey, here's what combo I think you should do. When he jabs, the overhand right is right there. Versus being like, this is your pro debut. It's fine if you lose. You're mic'd up. Run it back.
So now it's official. We have to find out what Shannon Briggs said in between them rounds, because it's clearly caused an argument with Jake. He didn't like what he heard. But if that is not what Shannon Briggs said, and Jake Paul was just uploaded this video kicking up the biggest fuss over a fight he wasn't even in, about one comment that was allegedly said, and it turns out it wasn't said, he is going to look like the biggest idiot. Well, actually, no, he already does. It's just going to be even more fun, okay? Let's just find out. Let's Sky Sports, whoever has the footage and whoever mic'd up Shannon Briggs, we got to know. We have to know now. We need it. And I'm not going to lie, as much as I know the internet hates Shannon Briggs, watching him here, I feel sorry for him.
It hurts my feelings because I got care for you guys. If I didn't care for you guys, I'd be doing like everything. I wouldn't be sitting down. I wouldn't be sitting down. I would be gone. A lot of people ain't here that was here before. A lot of people ain't here. I'm here. I lost.
Imagine getting that blame from Jake Paul straight after, when it was clear, really, that it was just Logan didn't show up. He could box, he had a technique, but he just didn't show up on the night. Shannon actually seems like genuinely hurt by what Jake is saying. And if Jake's just doing it for content, then again, just even worse. Like, ugh.
I'm not blaming you.
Stop saying you're not blaming Shannon. You've blamed Shannon throughout the whole video pretty much, and keep saying you're not. You are. It's clear. We can all see you're blaming Shannon Briggs for this.
That hurts my feelings. And you know what, Jim? My feelings don't matter. You know what I'm saying? My feelings don't matter. But the point is, it hurts your brother. It hurts your brother. It hurts your brother. It really does. Because you're supposed to be right now supporting. Not saying you're always Shannon.
And you know what? Shannon just spoke the most truthful words in this whole video. Jake should just be there for Logan. If you're going to be a good brother, be there for Logan, commiserating his loss. Don't go around the changing room like a spoiled little kid, because that's all he is. And go pointing your finger around about who's to blame. One, it achieves nothing. It just makes you look like a horrible loser. And two, that's it. That's all I've got. This video has only made me like Shannon Briggs and Logan Paul more, and just really, really hate Jake. Oh, and I nearly forgot. Listen to this gem.
Here's the thing though, it's tomorrow. You're gonna go back to Florida. Tomorrow, my last name is still Paul.
I don't know if you've noticed, Jake, but the name Paul is pretty tarnished already. I don't really think Logan losing a boxing match is the worst of your worries. And Jake really shows why he was so upset, because this means he misses out on opportunities. That is literally what he says.
I'm always linked together with my brother. When the Suicide Forest thing happened, I got all the negative backlash too. I lost tons of brand deals and sponsorships and things that I had been working on as well. And so this loss affects me directly, and it doesn't affect anybody besides me.
There was me just thinking you cared about Logan's feelings. I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're so mean. Jake's crying and opening up. You got to be nice to him. No, look, I've known Jake Paul. I've known of Jake Paul for so long. If anyone believes that act, I'm sorry. You can't. He's just the fakest guy on the internet now. But that's all I have to say about that and Jake's performance. It just shows again how he's just an absolute wrong'un. But let me know what you think down below. Like the video if you think I'm right and you think he's clearly just putting on a show and a performance for all this. If you thought it was cringe as well, make sure you do. If you enjoyed the video as well, give it a like. Every like counts. It's free and really helps out. Please subscribe if you're new with notifications turned on. Turn them on because, you know, the YouTube sub boxes are always broken and it never hurts. Thank you guys so much for watching and good night.